Good evening and welcome to the 7,587th edition of Far and Wide. And today, Wednesday, June the 29th, 2050. And now, space. The runaway space station, Britannia 7, today completed its first week in orbit, but there's renewed hope for the trapped occupants. Garfield Hawke, the director of the Pontefract International Space Complex, otherwise known as PISC, has now returned to Earth following a valiant but unsuccessful attempt with his shuttle. He is at this moment finalizing a hitherto untried recovery technique which could bring the marooned passengers back to Earth in a matter of hours. Meanwhile, aboard the craft, the reluctant crew are trying to lead as normal a life as possible under these unusual circumstances. The newly perfect...
Isn't that nice? We're still in the news, Mrs. Noah.
Oh, I can't be bothered with that. I'm having trouble with my 21st century crystal-controlled atomic non-stick pan.
What's the matter with it?
It's so heavy. I can't toss me pancakes.
You make the batter too thick.
I do no such thing.
Look at those Yorkshires you did yesterday. I put mine down the rubbish chute and they did 25 orbits.
Well, things would still be going round if the Russians hadn't brought it down with the death ray. The nuclear missile made no effect at all, did it?
Hey, it's a good job you didn't make your fruitcake. We'd have started World War III.
That's it. I'm not cooking for you anymore.
You know, you really must stop teasing Mrs. Noah. She's very sensitive.
Get on with you. She loves it. Only yesterday she said I was like a son to her.
You are like a son to me. You're a pain in the neck.
Mrs. Noah, as a matter of fact, that pan has its own built-in tosser. You just press that little switch on the handle.
Oh, I haven't done that.
Isn't that marvelous?
No, it's not. It's taking all the fun out of it. Oh, drat.
What's the matter, Mrs. Noah?
There isn't any jam.
Oh, dear.
It's quite simple. It comes out of this nozzle here. All you do is press the switches and select the type. Which do you fancy?
Raspberry.
Raspberry. Now we press.
There must be a bit of air in the pipe. We'll try it again, will you?
How long does this go on for?
Probably coming from the other end of the ship.
Is that all it does?
I think you're standing in the wrong place, love. Bring your pan over here. That's it. Now, you stand just there.
Get off. I wasn't born yesterday.
That I believe. Give me a press, would you? Let me do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Right. There.
Oh.
Right.
Right. Ow! Get it off! Stop it! Ow! Get it off!
Stop here! No! Give me a pancake. Give me a pancake.
Oh. Oh.
Here. Give me your shoe, love. There you are. You would find a use for something, yeah.
Now, basically, the nub of my scheme is to fire my rockets ultra-drive by using a laser beam. This will give me enough power to activate a microburst on my thrusters, decelerating my ship to bring it into the Earth's atmosphere. Are you with me so far?
All the way, Commander.
Now, follow me. Now, you've probably guessed that the main difficulty will be getting the beam onto the target, which is literally shielded. Now, there's only one way to my ultra-drive. Does anyone know what that way is?
Up your exhaust pipe.
Precisely. Well done. You got it first time.
She could if anyone could.
Now, these are various satellites under our control. Now, my plan is to bounce the beam off here, down here, up here, here, down here and up the pipe.
Breathtaking. How do you think of these things?
Well, it came to me while I was playing snooker.
Does this mean, sir, sacrificing the space station and letting it crash to Earth?
Ah, that's the damn cunning of it. You see, I should slow it down just enough so the people on board can try their individual re-entry techniques. Then I press the button and back it goes into orbit.
But do the people on board know the details?
Well, in a general sort of way, yes.
Are they conversant with the re-entry techniques?
Carstairs will conduct a training program. Meanwhile, they're all living as normal a life as possible.
Do you think I need 3 woods?
No, but I'd take a number 3 iron if I were you.
Would you realise I'm not very good?
Never mind, I expect Mrs. Noah and that BBC chap aren't very good either. The thing is, we've got to get them fit and at the same time keep their minds off the re-entry. I'll just tell them we're ready. Mrs. Noah, we've got our gear. We'll meet you on the course. What? Oh, no, you come out of your place down the corridor and turn right. There's a little green door. Right? See you on the first tee. Bye. Ah, here we are. I say, there's just a ghastly thought that they may never have played before. In which case, you and I better split up. I'll take one as partner and you take the other.
Righty-ho.
I must say, Mrs. Noah, you look very, doesn't she, Fanshawe?
Yes, she does. Very.
You're getting me at it, aren't you? Here am I, all dressed up, ready to play golf, knowing full well I'm 250 miles above the Earth. Oh, see you on the first tee, you said. And where are we? The boiler room.
Now, look, we're trying to create a life here, as similar to that on Earth as is humanly possible. And to make it work, we need your cooperation and a firm belief that this fantasy is real. Right. Turn on the golf course, Fanshawe.
Oh, isn't it grand to get a breath of fresh air after being cooped up all that time?
Yes, and the breeze comes from the first tee at St. Andrews.
Just by the clubhouse.
What's that smell of curry, then?
That's from the kitchen.
Yes, times have changed rather a lot. Fanshawe, you've forgotten to switch on the birds.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's too bad being there.
Well, look at that bird. It's impossible to tell it from the real thing. I take back all I said, I really do.
Oh, Dundee, go on. Take no notice of him. Now, carry on.
Right, well, let's choose partners, shall we? Now, which hand is my tee in?
Oh, I was never any good at guessing games. This one. No, that one.
You're with me.
Oh, I was always lucky at gambling.
Well, it looks like you and I. Have you ever played before?
I'll have you know, you are speaking to the Batley Amateur Crazy Golf Champion and the winner of the Silver Cup for getting a hole-in-one with a pint of beer on his head.
Would you mind keeping your voice down? We are at St. Andrews.
Oh, really? There, what are you going to do about that, then?
It looks dreadful.
Oh, I'm glad he's not playing with me. You've no idea what I have to put up with. This morning, he was singing rugby songs in the bath. There was one about a ship with a figurehead, the description of which I shall never forget.
You better get yourself a set of earplugs, then. Because tomorrow, I'm going to give you my version of In a Monastery Garden. I do the vegetable patch with sound effects.
And you need a pint of beer on your head for that.
No, I have to drink it first.
Look, could we drive off, please?
You go first, Mrs. Noah.
Right. Here is your driver.
How does that look?
Grotesque is the word that springs to mind.
Could I give you a few wrinkles?
One word out of you and you'll be playing with a big handicap.
Right. Now, feet a bit further apart. Toes to the front. Wrists flexible. Keep the left arm stiff. Pivot from here. Loosen up a bit. Put your head down. Don't let your eye off the ball. Is that clear?
Could you explain that pivot bit again?
Yes, of course. Pivot from here. Oh, there you are. I've been looking all round the ship. What are you doing?
I actually thought it was quite obvious. We're playing golf.
Oh, isn't it lovely?
I hope you realise you are standing on the hallowed turf of St Andrews.
And it could do with a drop of rain and all, couldn't it?
Can I join in? I'm afraid not. This is a 2-ball.
Couldn't you make it a 3-ball?
No, quite out of the question. Why? Because you're not a member.
Oh, I see. They're very particular, aren't they?
Right, if we could get started, Mrs. Dunn.
Are they all members?
Yeah, I signed them in.
Oh, that was nice. Could you sign me in?
We are only allowed 3 guests.
Do you mind if I drive off now?
Oh, get on with it, will you? If you don't get to the clubhouse by 1 o'clock, we won't get a table by the window.
Could you make me a member?
Make him a member!
Oh, do the best you can, Fanshawe.
Oh, very well. Oh, town or country member?
Oh, anything that's going.
Initials?
E.G.
Religion?
Oh, I haven't got a religion.
Put Church of England.
Sex?
Not recently.
You are now being processed by the computerized club secretary.
Exciting, isn't it?
This is from the computerized club secretary.
What does he say?
Over my dead body.
Never mind, you will be a caddie.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. The walk will do me good.
Right, shall we drive off again? Where's this now? There we are.
Thank you.
Oh, just before we start. 4!
Get on with it, love. They're all watching you from the clubhouse. Don't make a ricket either.
Look, close your face a bit. No, the club face. Turn it in a bit. That's right.
How's my pivot?
That'll be fine, actually. Ah, I say, that's jolly good for a beginner. Right, you're next, Mr. Cunliffe.
Right.
Where are you off to?
Get me driver.
No, the caddie gets the driver. Teddy, driver. No, that is a putter. How long have you been a caddie?
It's my first day.
He's not going to last.
Now, this is a driver. Just remember that.
Yes, sir. It's very formal, isn't it?
Ball.
All right. Here we go, then.
Good shot, partner.
Fetch the trolley, Fanshawe.
Caddy.
Right, all aboard.
Can I sit by you, partner?
Yes, I don't see why not.
Hey, tell you what, I'll sit in the front, and you two can hold hands in the back, all right?
Yes, we don't behave like that, St. Andrews.
Oh, no, there's not going to be room for all of us and our clubs, is there?
Give them to the caddie.
Right, here, carry those. That's it. Take these while you're at it and all, will you?
Right. Right, everybody comfortable?
Yes.
What about me?
Well, it's obvious there's no room for you and the clubs. Pick up these other clubs and trot alongside. We haven't got far to go. Right, off we go. Double up, Mr. Garstang.
Ooh, I say, the weather's looking a bit uncertain.
Yes, I think we'll have a drop or two before very long. Ah, here we are then. Ah, there's our ball, Mrs. Noah. I just require a number 3 iron and give it a good whack, and I'll soon carry the greens. Number 3. Number 3 iron. Oh, hurry up.
3 irons.
Look alike.
3 irons.
Oh, did I feel a drop of rain?
Yes, I think you're right. Umbrellas, Caddy, umbrellas.
Quick, here it comes. I don't suppose it'll last long.
I hope not. I catch cold very quickly.
What's happened?
The rain's fused the mechanism.
Oh, what a shame. I was just beginning to enjoy myself.
Yes, I was just getting the hang of things.
Oh, well, it was nice while it lasted.
The smell of the rain on the grass was marvelous.
Oh, well, it's back to the control room, I suppose.
Well, perhaps we'll have another match someday.
Well, there's one consolation. I won't have to carry these heavy clubs back to the clubhouse.
Yes, we'll just carry them back to the control room.
Move for a nice hot shower, though. Here. Better pin your logos back, Mrs. North. You're going to get 2 verses of Eskimo Nell.
Hello, Tip-Top. Mishcon X-ray here. Are you reading?
Yes, loud and clear. What is your message?
We have an ETA for RE on TF, which gives a TAT of 72 minus 439. Any questions?
Yes? What the hell are you talking about?
It means our estimated time of arrival for re-entry on terra firma will be just over 72 hours.
How do you know all that?
I've got a degree in initials.
Oh. Well, in that case, UPYOU.
What does that mean?
Well, work it out.
That's how it feels, just as well we're going down.
I tell them I'm just briefing the crew.
We're just briefing the crew. TTFN.
Ooh, isn't it exciting to be going back?
Yes, but it's not as easy as all that. You know, I'd like to brief you on the general principles of re-entry before we get down to our simulation exercises. Now, here is the Earth. And this is the Earth atmosphere. And this is us.
Oh, aren't we a long way from home?
Now, Mishcon...
That means mission control.
Thank you, Rancho. Mishcon will get us back into the Earth's atmosphere by giving a microburst on the ultra-drive.
What's the ultra-drive?
That is the main unit of propulsion used in interstellar travel. Now, when we get the signal from them...
Mishcon.
Please don't keep interrupting, Rancho. When we get the signal from them, we will be ejected from the ship and we will descend individually down to Earth. Now, to do this, we will require very special equipment, which has been developed to descend down to other planets which have a similar atmosphere to our own. Now, this is known as a heliglidette. Let us assume that this is Mrs. Knorr, right?
Well, you've lost 10 pounds already, look.
What have I got a pointed hat on?
Ah, that's in case your motor fails. Then you screw yourself into the earth when you land and you save money on the funeral.
Now, this equipment is absolutely foolproof. I've tested one.
That proves it.
Now, on being ejected, you remain rigid and adopt a shallow gliding angle. Then, when we receive the message from Mishcon, which is about a mile up, we start the helimotor by pulling this string here.
I hope that isn't going to happen.
It'll still be a mile up, nobody will see.
Suppose somebody's got a telescope.
Who's going to believe them?
If you think I'm landing in Pontefract, flapping my wings with a pointed hat on and my trousers round my ankles, you've got another thing.
No, it won't happen like that at all. You see, when the motor is going, you'll be able to activate the wings and select what landing strip you want.
It seems very complicated.
Well, now we go down to the simulation room for a crash course.
I don't like the sound of that.
Well, we understand that the latest attempt to rescue the 5 people on board Britannia 7 has reached a very exciting stage. At this moment, the trapped personnel are practicing their re-entry techniques, and so by means of an intersatellite hookup, we're able to take you now live to Britannia 7, where hopefully our own roving reporter, Clive Cunliffe, is waiting to talk to us. Hello, Clive, are you there?
Bless you, Nicky. Yes, I'm still up here. And I'm standing in the Flight Escape Re-Entry Trainer, otherwise known as FERT. Now, you've joined us at a very exciting moment. It's been a very exciting day for all of us up here because we've been hard at it under the instructions of Mr. Carstairs, the senior man up here. Mr. Carstairs, how would you say I was shaping up?
Well, I would say you were doing very well, considering you haven't done it before.
Thank you. And neither has Mr. Garstang.
That is perfectly true.
Well, as I said, you've joined us at a very exciting moment because you're about to witness the first attempt to initiate Mrs. Noah into the individual re-entry technique. Mrs. Noah, are you there? Here she is.
Oh, get that thing off. I've enough to contend with without that.
Right now, Mrs. Noah, would you like to tell us how you feel about jumping out of this ship 7 miles above the Earth and flapping your way down to terra firma?
Well, I'd be fibbing if I didn't say I was a bit anxious.
Well, we're all a bit anxious.
That is quite correct.
Well, as I was saying, we've all been through it, and now it's the turn of our intrepid lady cook, Mrs. Noah. Mr. Carstairs, would you like to start simulating Mrs. Noah?
Right, Mr. Cunliffe, this way, Mrs. Noah. Oh. Careful. Company stairs.
Well, Mrs. Noah is being led up onto the test platform. And I must say, she's looking very calm for somebody who's never done it before. Now, when mounted, she will be attached to a gravity overcoming device, otherwise known as a rope. Then she will start her rotor motor. And when she's firing on all cylinders, that tunnel over there will be activated. And Mrs. Noah will experience a burst of wind at 180 miles an hour. Are you ready, Mr. Carstairs?
Practically, yes. She is hooked up.
Right.
There we are. Now, to test it, I would jump up and down, if I were you.
Well, isn't that an amazing sight? And I can tell you, from where I am standing, I know she's putting everything she's got into it. Now, some of you are probably asking, what has she got the motor for? Well, she is going to need all the help she can get, being heavier than air. A lot heavier.
Oh, I've been down the runway. Can I take off?
Now you have to test the power pack. Right, start it.
How do I do that?
By this starter cord here.
Now, this is a very tense moment. Just imagine that you have been ejected from this ship 7 miles above the Earth. And for the first time in your life, you pull the starter cord. 6 miles above the Earth. You take a deep breath and try again.
Shall I give the carburetor a tickle?
You stay where you are.
You're 3 miles and still falling.
Give yourself a bit more choke.
How do I do that?
Bend over a bit more.
Are you getting me out?
It's on the pendulum principle.
Oh.
So we say goodbye to Mrs. Noah, still frantically pulling her cord as she passes the first floor window of the air ministry. For serious folks, it's all right. Mrs. Noah will not be ejected unless everything is working properly.
Activate the wind, Panther. Wind coming outside. Fly, woman, fly! More wind, Panther. That is simulated snow. That's flying where the pointy cat. Switch it off, Panther, switch it off. I can't, it's stuck. So with that, Panther, it's goodbye from us in Britannia 7. And back to you, Nicky Manson, in the studio.
Hello, Tip-Top. You have 1 minute to go before we excite the ultra drive with the microburst. Assemble your crew in the control room.
Right, in here, everybody. Right, they're going to start the procedure, so test your beacons. Damn, Garstang's isn't flashing.
You've broken your bulb.
It's ironic, isn't it? I'm the light bulb changer, and I get a faulty one. There's no time to change it now. Well, what happens if I come down in the sea? I'll not be noticed.
Yeah, I'll box some matches.
About 20 seconds to microburst. Fasten your seatbelts. You'll feel a pretty heavy gravity pull, then we decelerate.
Right, into the chairs, everybody.
Hell, I'm tense. It's just a matter of timing. All I've got to do is put my finger on the right button at the right time.
You can do it if anyone can.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Damn!
Margie, you pressed the wrong button.
Proton drive.
George, that was pretty fierce. Right, into the ejector room and let's get the rest of the gear.
Hey, hang on a minute, come over here. That's the Earth, isn't it?
Oh, fancy. We'll be back there in a few minutes.
Isn't it getting smaller?
It's obviously an optical illusion.
No, it is getting smaller. Mishcon, what on earth's happening?
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but there's been a bit of a malfunction down here.
How soon before we eject?
Hard to say.
Has our orbit gone eccentric?
Well, you're no longer in orbit.
Where the hell are we then?
Well, you're heading for the outer limits of the solar system.
Everything's all right, isn't it?
Just a temporary hitch, that's all.
Where are we?
Well, we passed the moon a couple of minutes ago. And according to that estimator, we should get a good view of Venus by tea time.
Oh, fancy. I'd better go and put the kettle on.